Dear Niantic, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you what I don't do. I don't know shit, I don't get stuff, and I don't understand things.
Yeah, that's really fucking clear.
It's about right. Yeah.
Jeez.
What it do, baby?
What up, what up, what up?
Okay, it's going on for a little while.
It was.
Welcome to After 8 Hours, featuring your boy,
Yes.
the man,
The man, the myth, the legend.
the legend, the biracial angel,
Yes, yes.
JackJack1620.
Aw. You're so kind.
And your boy, the Titan from down under, JayTi7N. That's
Yes.
right. Jay.
It's like, Jesus.
JayTi7N. What it do? It's been a little bit.
It has. I think our last update was a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Clearly a lot of stuff's happened, and I know clearly there's been a lot just going on in the world in general. I'm sure everyone has seen
Oh, it's been a wild ride.
the fuckery that is afoot.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone is staying safe
Please be safe out there.
and just be mindful of your surroundings.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Love each other.
please do.
There's too much hate in the world.
There's a lot of hate.
We need to be better.
There's a lot
about
of
that.
stupidity.
Yeah.
Don't be part of that stupidity, please. And
Right
thank
on,
yous.
right on.
So I guess just kind of jumping into it. So our last thing that we kind of talked about was ARH Community Day, the ranking system going up, and also just kind of like our hopes, our dreams, our aspirations for what level 50 could mean for the game.
Okay.
So since that's happened, a lot of stuff's went down. We've had these throwback events. They've been pretty awesome. So there was the Kanto, there was, I'm forgetting, Johto, then
Okay.
there was, what else?
You can do it.
I'm
Starts
bad
with
with that.
Starts with a ho.
Hoenn,
Hoenn, yeah.
Hoenn, and then Sinnoh.
That's what's up.
So those events are pretty cool. Then we also have the Seedot Day, which is funny because like that's Seedot just resonates with me.
Seedot?
Yeah, Seedot.
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what? But
Seedot.
it was a nice community day. I think they kind of have adjusted things. We also had the Snubble research
Oh, yeah.
thingy. That was interesting.
I got a lot from just like 30 minutes at King Supers
Dude,
on that.
yes. Well, that was one thing. Like that event was a couple of hours, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was like 3 or maybe 6 hours.
Yeah, so quick recap for the throwback events. Those are fun. Each week kind of came with different perks and also different hat Pikachus. So if you're able to find them, especially finding a shiny hat.
They could have been shiny too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
The shiny hat Charizard, though, Niantic again dropping the
ball.
ball
Yeah.
of not having the hats for the shiny sprites also be shiny.
Like, how sick would that
That
have
would have
been?
just been...
Your shiny Pikachu with the Charizard hat has a black Charizard.
Yes! Or
the black
Umbreon.
Rayquaza hat. Or the Umbreon with the blue highlights.
Girl.
I would have punched the highlights out of her hair, though.
The highlights out of her hair. No, but seriously, like Niantic dropped the ball on that. But the overall idea that, again, I always look at them as trials. It was a very good
The try.
trial. And I really hope they continue it, build upon it in the future to come.
So there was, for each of those, there was like 9 steps, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yes.
And they were pretty easy.
Yeah, like
Pretty simple. Like, as long as you're playing...
if you spent
fairly
2
frequently.
hours just playing through the mission,
Yeah.
you could finish it in 2 hours.
I was gonna say, like, how did you feel about that? Because, like, some of them, like, they weren't as hard as, like, remember back in the day, some of the special quests are like, catch 10 ghosts. Like, good luck doing that
Yeah.
nowadays.
Dude, I was still seeing people like, where's a ghost at?
Where's the ghost?
And I'm
Where's
like,
the Ditto Nest?
go
You know?
outside, like, play at night. Or like
Yeah.
some people are like, where's a steel type? I need a steel Pokemon. It's like, there's magnetic lures, there's go find a rocket, go like fight, is it Arlo? Who has Mawile? Shadow
Yeah.
Mawile? Fight him, or the common sensing, if you have a Switch, open up a Meltan
Get some
box,
Meltan.
fam.
Wow, dude.
Like, you can get a bunch of them.
Or
Or
reach out online. Like, when you're asking for a steel nest, also ask, does anyone have a Meltan box?
dude, I saw someone was trying to profit. They were like $2 a Meltan
What?
box. Yeah, dude, it was on the
telling me I
Pokemon
can
Go, I
charge
think
for these
Colorado. But that's like super whack in my opinion.
Oh, hell yeah. But,
Like,
you know.
you're trying to get.
I'm not above making money.
I just look at it like those people profiting in the pandemic. Like you're trying to. People are stressing, and these people are stressing over finding a steel type. I'm like, it's not that hard, but you're really going to try to sell a box to someone when it's literally free. So little things like that. But the missions, yes, were much shorter. So I was not only just playing my account, I was playing Chris's.
Okay.
And so I'd go to like Aurora Municipal Center, I'd play, I'd get mine done, and then I'd do Chris's. And when I was able to usually get them done within 2 days. But again, I'm there walking around for 2 hours, so mine's first.
And they stuck around. They changed out the regions every week, right?
Yes.
Like a week long to do that 2 hours worth of play.
Yeah. So it was good. Like you had plenty of time to do it. It wasn't stressful. I wasn't lucky, and I didn't get a shiny legendary with a special moveset. I did end up getting like, I think I got the shiny. I got 2 shiny Pikachus. But one was prior, it was the flower hat.
Yeah.
The little springtime one. And then I got, just yesterday, I got the shiny Rolu hat one. So I was like, oh shit. And strangely, it's in the same spot right by the courthouse is where I get my shinies.
Where's that spot?
It's literally, so if you walk out of the courthouse, it's just probably like 2 yards to the right. Like right in the street.
The main entrance of the courthouse?
Yes, so right where it has like the nice metal sculpture.
Yeah.
Just right, go down the steps, go right into the street, and go 2 yards to the right.
So
and just
for those of you in Aurora, check that place out.
Yeah, it's a weird spot, but I've gotten 3 or 4 shinies there.
AMC in general is a good place to play
here
in Aurora.
So. And then obviously we have other people like Separano, who just, he's almost on Brian Uber level of like Soldier Soul, because he gets shinies like left and right, and I'm like, how? Why? Like he's like, oh, I got a kitty. 2 hours later, I got another kitty. 2 hours later, I got another kitty. I'm like, please leave some for the rest of us.
Some pussy for the rest of us, man.
Please and thank you. Like it's just one of those things. And then others obviously still getting shinies. I got a few, but I wasn't like blowing up the fucking interwebs with it. I was just like, I'll post it up later, because I was just more focused on getting the missions done and getting like actually trying to get best friend stuff has been my focus.
Okay.
And doing a lot of trading. So like today I got a lucky trade with one of my baby accounts, and I ended up getting I had a shiny Mewtwo on it, traded to myself, and I got a lucky shiny 100% Mewtwo. So I was just like, yes, queen. So I'm pretty happy about that. But back to throwback stuff. It was good just because you're able to get some of the things you weren't able to see just because of all the generations. Yeah. So with Kanto, there was Chanties out more, pincers and things of that nature, things you don't see. And then for Sinnoh, since that's the one that just concluded, there was more of the hippos and Skaroopies. So people hopefully were able to find a shiny one, because those fuckers are hard to find. Yeah. But I thought that was a great touch, was increasing the Pokemon of that gen spawn rate. And with the Snubbull event, that was good in terms of, again, how many shinies people got. I think I got like 4 shinies at the end of the day, and then I got 100% Snubbull just from the researches. Yeah. And they just kept coming because you finish the quests, and then you catch a Pokemon, and the quests will like refresh. Yeah. So I think I got through maybe like, it felt like 7 or 8 rounds.
So you think that's the way to go with the special researches? I know why they did it.
I personally think so.
For, naturally because of the quarantine stuff.
Yes.
But for the future, when things start to get to some level of normalcy in terms of being able to walk around to stops normally. Right. Do you think...
Well, and that's where the Spotlight Hour came in. Yeah. So they had it for Bronzor, and it was actually really good. Like me, Dotman X, and then my buddy Richie, we were walking around Aurora Municipal Center, and we were able to... They were everywhere. Yeah. It looked like Community Day, which, again, like I've seen the Spotlight Hours before the COVID stuff. Yeah. The spawn rate wasn't nearly, I felt, as much as that one. I think I got like 2 or 3 shiny Bronzors during that, and I was like, sweet, and it was just an hour. So I thought that was really good, and I hope, again, I think like we talked about before, like when this COVID starts to, when stats improve, whatever stats you may follow, if in general, if the stats are reducing and cases are diminishing,
Like it becomes a little safer to go out.
yeah, you have a little bit more ease of mind of like maybe not wearing a bandana if there's more than 10 people. But again, we're not there yet, clearly.
Right.
But I really hope they don't just take those in-game stats out. So I would like them to keep the frequency higher because it's good. I like them to keep the gym distancing thing because it's good. We just got some new Pokemon, which we'll get into later, but like in terms of those events, I think again, trials, those were good trials, but again, it's just kind of like Niantic in terms of like what it could bring to the table. A lot of different people are kind of like, what are you doing in terms of some of their other thoughts? So one thought that's coming up is they're reducing the amount of coins you can get from gyms.
Okay.
So I guess from what I've heard, they're trial running it in Australia. And from what it sounds like, talking with Dotman X, is like it's going back to what the first year of Pokemon Go used to be. So like turf wars, people trying to hold dominance over gyms because instead of 5 coins, you get 2. And so you have to hold it for longer. So people are trying to fight to get their areas, and it's not good. Like people are getting upset about it. So I really hope, especially now with the tensions happening in America, that would not be, in terms of this game, would not be a good move for Niantic. And I really hope their case study of Australia, they really pay attention to.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, on one hand, you know, we've called for the gyms need revamping.
Of course.
Some form or fashion.
Yes.
They're outside of the people that can get all their coins from gyms pretty easily, they're pretty pointless. Like, I don't necessarily take pride. Oh, I got gold on that gym. Cool. I don't ever need to put a Pokemon on it again or something like that. And I know some people play for different things, and it's nice to, like, walk in your neighborhood and you see nothing but yellow towers for you plebes or blue towers for the losers. But, you know, like, whatever. It's pretty nice to see, like, your whole neighborhood's lit up with your team. There's a little bit of pride there, but it's not nearly as impactful as it used to be. And, like, one way to change that up is make the gyms, you know, make it to where you actually have to fight for the gyms, or make it to where holding a gym's more impactful. I think that's the wrong way. Like,
reducing the coins?
Reducing the coins and then, like, basically forcing people. I think what they should do, and, like, what we've mentioned, would be, like, have it to where you can defend your gym, or have it to where you can actually fight something on the gym. You know, something a little more intuitive than what it is right now.
There should be more perks to it.
Yeah, there
no
should
doubt.
be. There should be, like, you know, coins are great, obviously, and that's the only way to really get coins. Though
well,
I think they're playing with being able to get coins from, like, non-gym stuff, like research and stuff like that, aren't they?
I don't know. I haven't heard that. All I've heard is that there's a reduction in just the overall gym production rate or turnout rate for coins. And all I can think back is to, like, our talk with Cutie with a Booty back in the day.
Yeah.
Was kind of like, is it worth the stuff? So, like, if I was, well, let me bust out my handy dandy calculator. So say you need, if you take 5 gyms, right?
Yeah.
You take 5 gyms in your course of the day, say going to work. Say, like, because I always look at it from, like, an hourly rate. So say, like, if you get your pay for, we'll just say, like, a general employee, if they make, like, $15 an hour, right? Taking 5 gyms will probably take you around an hour, I would assume. So if every day you're taking 5 gyms and it takes you roughly an hour, that's 15 an hour times 30 days. That's $450 spent toward that, right?
Okay.
For 30 hours of work. Now, that's just to get the 50 coins per day, right? If you spend, and again, that's $450. So if that's 50 coins a day, 30 days, that's 1,500 coins, right?
Yeah.
If you were to buy a bag, like a bag of coins, for $40, that's 5,200 coins.
Okay. It's a lot of coins.
It's a lot of coins. Let's do the math.
So,
basically, it's like 3.5 times more coins than you get if you spent an hour each day fighting for gems. Like, in terms of, like, hours you spent of yourself that you invested trying to get it. Now, if you have the time, sure. But then when you add in, like, the turf war stuff where, like, I'll have gems, and my prime example now, because I'm going to AMC more, is I'll throw a Pokemon in a gym.
Yeah.
And this couple, whoever this, I'll just say raggedy-ass couple is, that hangs around that site, will literally, in whatever truck they have, will come back. I take the gym, and granted, I wait till, like, I'll take people out if they have over 5 hours in it. Because I'm like, all right, most likely that's still a good turnout. That's usually like the max I'll do.
Okay.
If I haven't had an encounter with this person, I'll take them out if they've been in there more than at least an hour. But 5 is usually my area. If they've been over 12 hours, I'm going to knock you out. Because you got your coins. Like, you good, fam. Like, you don't need any more. I'll take it. Within 5 to 10 minutes of me taking that gym, this couple will come up and take it out. And I've seen it to where, like, they'll knock me out. They'll, like, drive away. And it's not like... And again, I try to be reasonable. I'm not taking every gym in the area. I'm just take one.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, leave me this one. They're like, nah, fam, we need this whole area in our team color.
Yeah.
I've watched them turn around in the neighborhood and come right back just to fight it again. And I'm just like, how petty.
Honestly, I think that's what Niantic's going for. They want you to have more pride in your team and take the gym. So, like, I was reading up on the coins thing in Australia that they're testing. So, yeah, they went down to 2 coins an hour.
Gross.
So, they increased the maximum amount of coins you can get from a gym in a day. Instead of 50, it's 56. So, doing the math, you have to hold that shit for...
It only went up 6 coins.
Yeah. So, anyway... It increased to 55, so I went up 5.
Whoa!
However, what they also are testing, and this is what I was getting at, is pretty much every day there's going to be a featured activity that you're encouraged to complete. And if you complete the activities, you get 5 Pokecoins. So that's like on top of the quests that you already get from Pokestops or whatever. So it's shit like, make an excellent throw. Evolve a Pokemon. Make a great throw. Use a berry to help catch a Pokemon. Take a snapshot, etc. You do those, you get 5 coins.
But it's just one time a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they're playing with other ways to earn coins via doing basically the same shit you do at Pokestops.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the gymming thing is kind of weird. Like I said, you're reducing from, was it like 5 or 6 an hour to 2 an hour. Which means holding the gym is going to be even more important. But I think the problem is in how the system works. Because you go, like you said, I throw my Pokemon in the gym and I walk away for 10 minutes. Someone else can just beat it in 20 seconds and then there's no point. Like, why did I just waste my 10 minutes?
Yeah. And that's where the increase of time comes in. Because, again, 5 gyms in an hour, that's typically like early morning rating or super late night rating. Because I see, again, and it's usually Mystic, like, just to call you guys out.
Team Mistake.
I've seen them, and it's one car with, like, 6 accounts, but there's only 2 people.
Yeah.
And, again, I'm not going to be like, you're horrible for that, because I'm a one person. I could fill up a gym myself with my one phone. But most of the time I don't. It's only if I see people getting really petty, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be petty too. You set the tone of the day. And then I just will go load up a gym.
Fight petty with petty.
Yeah, if I see them knock me out and I've only been in there 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back and knock you out. Because again, I'm generally walking. If I'm driving, it's a different story. Because I have other shit to do. Try to be respectful. This whole, like, safer at home mindset. So if I go out, I take a gym, I go to a store, I try to make it a multifaceted trip. but I'm not going to spend the time to go back and fight gyms or to go hunt gyms.
Okay.
I try not to do that. But some folks are just definitely like, I feel there's a level of consideration, but at the same time, I don't expect anything from people because, as you can see from a lot of current events, some people are pretty shitty. So I just got to make do, and if I want those coins, I got to fight for them. Yeah. But a lot of times, and that's where, again, Niantic, I don't necessarily agree with that choice they made.
No.
But again, if they're trying to offer more things, other ways to get the coins, I'd be interested. So, like, to me, it'd be better if they just had them part of researches. Like, if you could spin a stop and it's like, instead of like it being potions or Pokeballs, because again, we're getting flooded with Pokeballs now from the friends, from gifts, which great update. I like that at least.
You get 500 balls a summer?
Yeah, 500 balls a summer. But I think it'd be really cool to see coins come from stops too. Maybe you do, like you said, a mission, you do excellent throw, you get your 5 coins, but more than just one time a day. I think they can update that system. I'd be interested to see how they would. Just again, to make it more appealing, I think it'd be great to have more. If you could get more than 50 coins a day and you just hunt specific things, that'd be kind of cool. They don't have to flood areas with that rank, and maybe they're worried about that due to spoofers, maybe. Because they're like, man, then spoofers will just be able to get free coins because they could figure out all these stops and just milk the system. Maybe that's their logic behind it. Or maybe they could just add coins to like the weekly stuff instead. So if you do 7 consecutive playing, and again, that would incentivize people playing consistently.
That's true.
If you do not, you only get coins if you do your catch Pokemon and spin a stop, then you get it. Because that's a more active level of playing, as opposed to someone who just catches the Pokemon from their house and doesn't worry about it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Like you said, this is their trial in terms of running it in Australia, to see if it happens. I don't like the gym change, but I think they know that the gyms need to change.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And they could use this COVID time to get that revamped. Obviously, I think, the start of June 1st, they're going to shut down the game for like 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours?
7 hours.
To do maintenance, which that's a good move. You should, because like they had the glitch with the friends to where like every time you gave a gift, it went all the way back up to the top of your friend list. And someone who has like over 150 friends, that shit was annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it was very annoying. Because I would try to give gifts, I'd back out, and there's not the tussle. I was like, fuck!
Gotcha.
And I would just have to keep going through and going through. But again, things to keep. The amount of gifts you can now give a day, the amount of gifts you can open a day.
Yeah.
Right now, it's at a good level. If they increased it, I would not complain. I'd be very happy. Yeah. If they were, because again, and then also having your buddy collect gifts for you.
That's really cool.
That is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, like I said, I think they should keep the changes that they made for the safer in place or play at home style. They did just announce that they're extending it through June as well, so we have 30 more days of all those bonuses at the very least.
Sweet.
But I think they should just be permanent at this point. I think the game's been a lot more fun to play just because I feel rewarded for the time that I put into it. Yeah. Not that I hadn't before, but it's like it just feels even better, and that's what incites me to play more.
Just to see what the game is actually capable of.
Yeah,
I think is great. And like now,
and if that's the new bar, you can keep pushing it further and further upward.
Yeah, you can make it to where in the friends list I don't have to search for people I have to give gifts for.
Yeah.
I can just say, here's a list of people I want to give gifts to. As soon as I get it, send it. Have it more fluent. I hear the Harry Potter game has that. I was talking with Drubis, and he was telling me about it, and I was just like, yeah, this is... The Harry Potter game has this, and I'm sure the 10 people that play the Harry Potter game love that feature. It would just be great if Pokemon had that. Just to be able to be like, oh, I have 20 gifts. I can mark the people who I want, or you just say... Just like the features... with the game itself, like if you can turn on music on default, why can't you just have it send gifts on default? Like, I wish they would adjust that shit, because I don't know how many times I've like almost blown my eardrum when I open up the game and I forget I have the sound on. It's like,
Yeah.
and it
That happens
just
to me all the time. Or like when you link it up to your car.
oh, me it's always when I put my headphones in to listen to
Yeah.
music and I have the game open. Because I'm like la la la, and then it's like and just blaring.
Just blows out your ears.
Yeah, I just like fall to the ground in the fetal position.
Yeah,
But-
that shit sucks.
It's like there's a lot of good that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some of their choices right now in terms of some of their experiments. I don't understand the end game for like why reducing the coins in the gym, holding a gym was thought to be good.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think they're just experimenting with how they can make the gyms more appealing or more important. Because like right now, like I said, like same people go out and make sure they hold certain gyms for either some kind of pride or to gather coins. Outside of that, no one cares. Like imagine if, again, you could defend your own gym by actually PvP battling the trainers that are fighting you, or like instead of just coins, like you actually get rewarded for keeping those gyms. Or some aspect of that to where you can get like a raid pass or something.
Yeah.
You know, and like yeah, that's the point. Like you get coins so you can spend them on whatever, and you don't have to spend money on coins. But you know, like just incentivize them a little bit better, and then work with kind of revamping the gym system because I think it just really needs help. Because I don't care. Like if they're like, hey, you can be a gym leader. With the current system, I'm like, whatever, that doesn't mean anything. But if they revamp it and like being a gym leader actually means something, that'd be sick.
Right, because they nerfed it a lot, obviously, because of all the scrubs that joined earlier. In terms of, like, again, you can't blissy stack a gym like we were raised in. Like, back in my day, when we had to walk 10 miles to school in the snow. Like, when it came to gyms, you had to stack them, and there was a strategy to it. And it was hard. Because you beat one and then you had to fight another fully powered motherfucker. Like
super blissy.
Yeah, like you're just like, please stop. And like the boysies were like, gang. And they were like there to hurt you. They weren't cute. They weren't trying to take you to Nurse Joy to get repaired. They were going to murder you.
Yeah.
And then they nerfed that. They said you can't have more than the same type of Pokemon in a gym. So that handled that. Then they had it to where the Pokemon lost HP over time. So then if you waited 12 hours, so if you held it overnight, someone just knocks you out in one round in the morning, you're good. Yeah. That wasn't a bad idea, but it's just they keep nerfing it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem logical. It's like they're making the game or the gyms obsolete in that now reducing the coins.
Yeah.
What is now the perk of fighting a gym?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
There's no point. So, picture this. Like, you go up to Olympic Park, whatever, right? You're going to go to one of those gyms. On the gym, you see not the Pokemon that are on the gym, but you just see 3 trainers.
Like, yeah.
3 trainers, or maybe 2 trainers, or whatever. You see the 3 trainers, and then you go in and it's like, battle with JayTi7N, your JackJack. 1620. You're unfortunately instinct. You'd have to battle a superior trainer, such as myself. No, I'm kidding. Anyway,
and I'm like, that doesn't exist in Valor,
like
man.
Battle JayTi7N or whatever. So then, like, what it shows me, and so like I get a notification on my phone. Hey, JackJack wants to battle. That'd be pretty cool. Or if I'm busy, it defaults and makes me like an NPC similar to like the Rocket Leaders or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it pulls from my pool of 6 potential Pokemon that I use to, quote, defend the gym. It just randomly selects, oh, look, you have to go against Shuckle, random. You have to go against...
Sounds about right.
You know, Snorlax, and then, like, well, just Ninetales,
Your pride and joy.
Yeah, my pride and joy, you know, or whatever.
Your baby.
So, like, you go through, and like I said, it just uses some of your battle data, or at least your team data, to do a pseudo... NPC for you to battle for you. I think that would be cooler than just I see what Pokemon are, blah, like, because there'd be like another level of strategy to go with that and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, that would be sweet.
It'd be fun.
I love that.
So anyway, I think Niantic, like I said, I think they know their gyms need help. I don't think this is the right direction. We'll see what happens after the trials. I don't like giving them excuses, but I will say I know it's really difficult to game develop from home. So that's probably some of the hurdles they're running into.
And obviously communication, like I see that in my job right now.
Yeah.
Just because you can be very upfront, and I'm sure there's that one intern that's like super tech savvy and trying to do stuff, and if Niantic is like some jobs where they have the old boys club and they decide this is how I want it, or because it's easier, or because I have friends that I trust to do the job even though they might not be qualified, then they gotta go through those hurdles.
Yeah.
There's still people even a month into this still having troubles, continuous troubles, because every time you can have a hiccup every now and then, but continuous troubles unmuting themselves in meetings.
So if you had like someone taking a shit in your meeting,
thank God no, that'd be god awful. But
it's pretty funny.
I've heard plenty of crying kids.
Okay.
Dogs barking, doors closing, people who are driving, who have it on speakerphone and forget to mute us. So all you hear is like a lot of wind, and you're just like
a little bit of in the middle of your combo.
That'd be disturbing. I mean, someone better not be smashing right now in a meeting. That'd be horrible.
Dude, it's spicy times, man.
Spicy times. But overall, with some of this stuff, one thing Dotman and I were talking about was just
Dotman.
He was researching, I guess, some of the Niantic culture, because someone did like a Glassdoor.
Yeah.
Research is that they don't like constructive criticism.
Of course not.
Especially if it puts them in a negative light.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's always something to take from criticisms.
Yeah.
Sometimes that person might just be a dick and you could ignore them. But if they're giving you like legit feedback with supporting evidence, I always think that's like, and it's legit supporting evidence.
Well, that's why they have, I mean, Tinfoil Hat Alert. That's why they have their bevy of YouTubers and other content creators that are clearly their favorites.
Yes.
Pokemon Master Holly, Mystic7, Trainer Tips Nick, etc. Yeah. Like, and I like those guys and like everything they do, but they're not usually hypercritical. And if they are hypercritical, it's like to the point where they know that their fans are in on it, so then like they might make those changes or whatever, but for the most part they're not really super critical. They don't really paint Niantic in a bad light.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that. I mean, nobody wants to be painted in a bad light, but
no.
To that point, yeah, I guess I'm not surprised. I could definitely see that happening.
And that's just kind of where like it's okay not to know things. I think it's important if you don't know. In my opinion, personally, like I do this at work, home, whatever. If I don't know, I'm confident enough to admit it and then try to figure out how to properly do it.
Yeah.
And I wish with Niantic, I wish they take that stance as opposed to getting offended by people's criticisms.
Yeah.
Because again, like people are giving you the things that they would like to see in the game as ideas. They can take it and run with it. I'm sure that maybe they're worried about, well, someone might try to want money for that and we don't want to give them monies.
Yeah.
That I'm sure that's a thought because they're a business. Money is a factor in their thought process. It makes sense. Some of the thought process though, long term, is where I struggle to like try to figure it out, because I think we've been pretty keen on figuring out like on predicting where things are going to go. So like giving Pokemon you don't find often an opportunity to be caught again. That was literally encapsulated by Spotlight Hours. They're doing that now, and I think the next batch it's like Pat Rat. There's also they had one for Clefairy that's gonna come up, and you could run to Shiny Clefairy, and I wanted to throw my phone so hard because I went. And all I could think about was Herb. Just being I went so hard on this and I spent so much time, and then they just release it later. So, what's the point?
Yeah, hell no.
And I'm starting to really feel that now. It's all the shiny hunting I did and, stressing. And you captured that a year ago when you're I'm not going to fucking worry about it. I'll catch it when I catch it.
Yeah.
And these events are just proving that more and more to be true. The only ones I get nervous about are the costume boys, because I'm shit, they might have that next Halloween, but I really don't know.
I doubt it, or they come up with a small variation of it for the next year to give you distances. So those special event Pokemon, that makes sense. But Pokemon are shit that you know will be back because they're going to give it a shiny variant or whatever. Legendaries are no exception. You know, like even Armored Mewtwo, it was like it came out and then left.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wow. Oh, no. And then it came out
Oh,
again.
no.
And they still haven't, I don't think they haven't done shiny Armored yet.
Nope.
That'll eventually come, you know? Like, so,
Yeah.
like...
And like Lugia, we thought back when it first started, man, we're not gonna see Lugia again.
Never
He's on
see
his
Lugia.
like 7th round, like global tour. Like, I'll be back from the seas again. Like, well, like, see you, man. Like,
I just, yeah, I mean, like, I think one thing's been nice to eliminate that sense of FOMO for me.
yeah,
Because that's been a big issue in a lot of games as a service and online games. Is the FOMO drives people to really grind themselves out and then, like, really, really burn out on things a lot faster than I'm pretty sure the game developers would like. Because then once they soak up all that stuff and then they feel like they get kicked in the dick because, oh wow, I spent 20 hours trying to get shiny Clefairy.
it's just like Corey with Mewtwo.
Yeah, exactly.
He did so many raids,
Yeah.
and then he got upset, legit, like, because that's a lot of raid passes to throw.
Yeah, it is.
And then, just like, because right now they just released I forgot how to say his name. Is it Reshiram?
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 Yeah.
So the, like, vast white Pokemon, I think is its title.
Yeah, it's part of they call him the Tau trio of Pokemon.
Okay, so he's one of the Unova legendaries.
Yeah.
The first day he came out, he was one of the hardest boys to catch.
Yeah, he's pretty difficult.
Because he was far. I couldn't get an excellent throw to save my life. I think one of the encounters, I had 16 Pokeballs. I missed 5 in a row just trying to launch it as far as I could, and he would just jump. He'd like spaz out, do whatever he did, and then a few days later they had the raid hour. I had about an 80% catch rate. And again, everyone who was in the party with us agreed. They moved him up. He was a lot easier to catch. So it's always that initial day where they get feedback. And I kind of wish Niantic was proactively doing stuff like that, where they get that first day and they're like, ooh. Or within the first hour, they're just like, ooh, that didn't end up so well. Let's adjust this code real quick. Yeah. Because all I can think back to where I wish they would have done that was like the Charmander community day.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't sunny, and so like AMC didn't get shit because it was cloudy. Yeah. And the weather really affected it, and we're like, where's all the Charmanders at? And even at Wash Park, people were like, dude, I'm not getting like this influx of Charmanders like we got for the Squirtle community. Squirtle community day was off the hook.
Yeah.
There was just Squirtles everywhere, but like Charmander was just busted. And that's where, again, they can make those adjustments. We've seen it for raids. And I just wish Niantic was on that same level when they had rollouts to just be like, maybe we should adjust this.
Adjust it.
People are having a hard time with this, so let's adjust it. So
yeah.
Again, not like catering to like make it to where the baby players could just get it right away, but make it to where it's not almost like it's pure struggles for everyone to get it. So that's where I kind of wish they would be monitoring actively like that, and or they incorporate that kind of level.
Yeah. So
that's my hope.
I would like to see just kind of a more clear message on how they would like the players to understand. Because like I said, it sucks when you spend all day trying to get that one Pokemon, you finally get it after like your toils or whatever, and then like it comes back in a month and it's just like way easy for everyone to catch. You go, and like, not that you have to go to those places, but you go to Show and Tell on our Discord, or you go to Festival Plaza or online or anywhere, and you see people like, oh, I got 30 of the same shiny in one go. Wow.
What do I do?
Yeah, it's just like, bro, it took me 34 hours, 60 plus raids to get that one shiny.
Well, and see, that's where it kind of reminds me of GoFest, which is a good transition point.
Yeah.
When we went to GoFest last year, we didn't get a lot of good shinies.
Nope.
When we went. And we were hauling butt, so all the rains that Colorado's been experiencing as of late because of the summertime or springtime, whatever you want to consider this weather with global warming, it always is kind of a toss-up.
Yeah.
And it being Colorado is even more of a toss-up. But the turnout when we went to Chicago was like horrible.
Oh yeah.
And now
Chicago.
there's the announcement that they're going to kind of basically reinvent GoFest.
Oh yeah.
Which is likely going to be exactly what we talked about of offering you can play from home experience.
Okay.
Or play from your own city wherever you are locally.
Oh yeah.
Which is exactly what we wanted. Because when we got our makeup day, amazing. And so I would love for the same thing to happen for GoFest. And again, Niantic could make bank if they charge the same price, $20 for a ticket, or $8, probably 20, because that's some good money they can make easy. They can make a lot of everyone would be able to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like finance is pending, but you'd have a lot more interest because you can play from your area.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then if they keep, again, the COVID spawn rates and turn it up like they did for Bronzor, it'd be beautiful. But
yeah,
again, have more shinies. Let us know more types of shinies. So, like, not just Bronzor, but 5 shinies you can get. And obviously, don't do like they did for Chicago 2019, where... Well, no, it was... Was it 2019 or 2018?
For what?
When we went.
We went 2019.
2019. Wow. It seems like so long ago. That's what COVID does to you. Changes time
literally a year ago.
and place. But I think it'd be cool if, again, they... I'm just trying to think of everything that it could be, which is a lot.
So here's a little bit of information to start off of. So it will be an entire weekend. It'll be July 25th and 26th.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy a ticket,
Yep.
which I recommend, hopefully they change that shit too. Like, if this is the case and that's the format they go to, I think everyone should be able to buy a ticket to the event. And it makes sense why you can't do that if you're physically holding the fest, because you technically can't hold that many people per day in an area. However, if you're just doing this virtually, globally, I think everyone should be able to. There shouldn't be any ticket buying issues. Hopefully Niantic has nailed that for this event. But anyway, if you get a ticket, you get to participate in both days. You don't have to pick Saturday. You don't have to pick Sunday.
That'd be amazing.
You get to do both days. And it says that they promise not only are you in for exciting weekends or an exciting weekend of bonuses, Pokemon encounters, and special research, there will also be other exciting ways to connect with other trainers and experience other fun surprises throughout the entire summer. So I'm curious to see
what if they made a Festival Plaza link.
Where you could actually like play games with your Pokemon?
Well, that...
Like mini games? Like Pokemon Stadium?
Festival Plaza is an in-game thing.
Yeah.
That was... Which version of
Sun
Pokemon? Sun and Moon. Where basically you can mingle with other trainers and get items. You can get all sorts of things from other players and see them kind of moseying about. You even see that right now in Sword and Shield. So but there's now like a plaza.
My Pokemon could like maybe hold an item and we can trade those, or we can trade
like
items.
To me that'd be cool. Like you can go and they just offer up like a lobby and just call it Festival Plaza where you can interact and be like, yeah. And they, like we talked about, have base commands, keep it PG. Because, there's going to be some dumb people who's like, oh, yeah, I get this or suck this dick, blah, blah. Like,
big eggplant emojis.
Yeah, like, we don't need any of that.
Hell
There'll just be
Purple
Pokemon
pickles.
emojis. There would probably be no executes. There would be, like...
Wait.
Or executors. Because they're pretty long.
That's pretty... That'd be tough.
There'd be no Persians. No cats.
No cat Pokemon?
Yeah.
Boo.
There'd be no muck. Because I can spell come backwards.
Well, what's sad is, like, I don't think you could ever block it, because someone's going to find a way to make it sexual.
Find a way.
Or
well, they'll just adjust it.
Either way,
depravity will always find a way.
Like, hear me out. What if they did Pokemon Stadium-type games? You could link up, like, a little party, and you do mini-games with your Pokemon.
I would love that. I just remember, like, the Gigapep, where you can do the little lottery thing.
Yeah.
Or like the little card matching, like, is it higher or lower than this card?
Yeah.
That was great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do that. I mean, you have the technology. We can link games. Here's another little segue. reality blending. I don't know if you've seen anything about that or whatever.
I saw like a little
starting,
snippet of it, but
they're starting to roll it out for certain Android devices right now. It'll come to other devices later on.
okay.
But reality blending essentially is like, remember how we've been talking about the Pikachu that like hides under your coffee table or whatever and you can't see it?
Yeah.
It's along those lines. It's pretty much the next step in virtual reality, or sorry, augmented reality for Pokemon Go.
Okay.
And so, like, if you can imagine, you have a little virtual environment, kind of like, you know, you go visit your Pokemon, or you're like, you have your buddy walking, I can go visit Jack, I can go visit you and your buddy, and, like, our Pokemon can interact on the same map. And we can see it through our screens or something like that.
Hey, look at him go.
Like, how cool would that be? So, like, you know, I can just read this. They're introducing a new way for your buddy to become part of your world like never before. Blah, 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 blah. So, basically, if you have a Samsung Galaxy S9, S10, you have a Google Pixel 3 or Google Pixel 4, you can start playing with reality blending feature in snapshots. And essentially, like I said, it's like... when you bring out a Pokemon for snapshots, it'll interact with your environment. So it'll scan over, like, if you threw it out here, or if I threw it out here and my Ninetales is there, my Ninetales could hide behind the chair that you're sitting on, and I wouldn't be able to see Ninetales on my phone unless I moved around. And then Ninetales might poke its head out and be like, "What's up?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" And then I'd melt.
Give me your money. You're like, ah!
Yeah, then it'd rob me, but it is what it is. But anyway, you can that's kind of the next step. So like what they did is they showed like one was a Bulbasaur, threw out the Bulbasaur in the park, panned behind a tree, and the way it is now, the Bulbasaur just moves in front of the tree. And with reality blending, the Bulbasaur goes behind the tree.
He's like,
So you can't see the Bulbasaur if it's hiding around the corner. So it fixes its place in your environment, and then the camera interacts with the rest of your environment. So, why I'm excited about that is because, A, you could do games with that. Like I said, Pokemon Go, or Pokemon Go Stadium, we just call it that. Pokemon Stadium style. Pokemon Snap, kind of, yeah, you could even do that. Though, I think that's a discussion for another day. Because I think, one, I don't understand why they haven't done a new Pokemon Snap game, especially with the Switch.
It'd be so easy.
They haven't done... Look, they haven't done a Pokemon Snap game, like...
In years.
Because they did the first one.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one for anything Gen 2 or later.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like...
Well, because I don't think it was at the... Again, I don't know what factors of success they're looking at. Just like Niantic, I don't know what their end game is, aside from making monies. I don't know what they want for the game or for the players of the game to enjoy.
I guess.
And that's what makes it hard to kind of determine. Like, like I said, we've been really good about predicting things, and I think some people have, like, realized that, and obviously that intern or whoever is listening from Niantic nowadays, because a lot of our stuff that we've forecasted has strangely come true. Or again, just putting good positive vibes out there of like, bring this to the game, please, and thank you.
And let's go.
Mad vibes, good vibes. But it's one of those things where there's a lot that can be brought to the table. COVID is proof that they've been sitting on features, and the reasons are still unknown to me as to why. Because again, the features they brought in, aside from the remote raid passes, aren't adding money to their pocket directly. Like, it's not like a purchase.
Yeah.
It's a quality of life or quality of game updates. To me, that should have been added a long time ago. But I'm wondering what other ones they're sitting on. That they're just like, oh, well, maybe. And it's like, just bring them out. Like, I'm kind of curious if the June 1st thing is going to have some good updates. I'm curious if ban waves are going to come after June 1st.
Big ban waves.
Like, they figured out some coding and just be like, this is no more. And just like people get wiped out. I don't know.
Interesting.
But I'm kind of curious about it, but that's one of the things coming up is the GoFest thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. And then also, again, just kind of like the thought process. So they just sent out an in-game alert about Zakram, so the black dragon
Yep.
one, and you said he's electric dragon?
Yep, electric dragon represents yin. So,
Yeah, yin and yang.
Restroom represents yang.
Mm-hmm.
Controls fire. Is this one Kirim or Zekrom?
Zakram would be next.
Zekrom represents yin
Mm-hmm.
and lightning, and then Kirim, which comes later, represents the absence of yin and yang, and it is ice type. And then I'm curious, on that note, real quick, I'm curious to see how they handle it, because I guess you consider them two different forms. There's white Kirim and black Kirim. It's when it kind of fuses with Reshiram or Zekrom.
Yeah, the one that they have, he's like blue.
Yeah, so that's like base.
Okay.
So like if it fuses, it becomes black or white. It gets their signature move or its own like signature move of fire or electric along with its ice one. Like it's pretty cool. Like black and white were really underrated.
That was a game I didn't even acknowledge until you came into the picture.
Yeah, like Gen 5 shit's really cool. So anyway, yeah, the game they just announced Zekrom. So I'm pretty
So, and again, they've been doing stuff, obviously, people are raiding. I just kind of did the raid hour out of fear, just again, because he was so hard to catch.
Oh, for Reshiram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I got some good boys, but, like, a lot of people aren't going to go hard because, again, following the sage advice of Herb of, like, if it's not shiny, kind of, like, there's no point in really hunting it. Don't waste all the raid passes just to get candies, I guess. Well, you gotta kind of ration them out because, again, there's no incentive. You get him, he might be good for some things, but if you're a shiny hunter, you might as well wait. If you want to hunt him, by all means you can, but that's where, again, those raid hours are good. And so they're supposed to do another raid hour next week. I don't even know if it's just going to be Rasher or Risharam or who it's going to be, really. Because people are under the impression it's going to be Zakram, and I'm like, I don't know. A week kind of seems like a really short turnaround.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So, I'll be eager to see. I hope maybe as time gets closer, we'll get more information. But with the in-game notice of Zakram, or Zekrom, whatever his name is, there was like a 5-paragraph blog about all the stuff coming in June.
Yeah.
And this is where I wish Niantic was better about how they get information out. Because it's just like blurbs.
Go to our blog, yeah.
Like, I don't...
So
it's
June's...
just wild.
I'm going to go through that stuff real
Okay,
quick.
please do.
June's research breakthrough will be Trapage. For the box. The big box. 7... Yeah, I don't understand, but whatever.
It's not like we didn't have a community
Zekrom makes its electrifying Pokemon Go debut. That will be starting Tuesday, June 16th.
Okay.
The Deep Black Pokemon.
Where
will
did
be
I get this?
Deep Black. Hell yeah, dude. We'll be waiting for you to challenge it in 5-star raids. In addition, there will be a raid hour every Wednesday while it's in the 5-star raids. Then there's the Throwback Challenge 2020 Special Research. Congratulations to trainers who completed all 4 of them. You've earned access to the Throwback Challenge Champion 2020 Special Research. So, I'm guessing if you did all 4, you get to do this. Rediscover Pokemon originally found in Unova, so I guess they are doing a Unova. And meet Pokemon originally discovered in the Galar, so that is Gen 8, the newest one, Sword and Shield region, as they make their Pokemon Go debut. Complete all 4 sets of tasks in the Special Research to earn 5 rare candies. Reward encounters with Galarian Meowth, which I love Galarian Meowth. Galarian Stunfisk, which is hilarious. And Genesect is finally coming out, I'm guessing, outside of the paid event. Professor Willow's glasses as an exclusive avatar item. And then unlike the previous sets of timed research, Special Research is not time limited and can be unlocked and completed at any time. So don't worry if you couldn't complete all timed research lines, you'll be able to purchase a ticket. So if you did it, you already did all 4 of the throwback researches, you don't have to buy the ticket, you just get it. But if you didn't complete all the timed researches, I think you have to purchase a ticket to be able to do this. Interesting move. I'm not sure if I like it or don't like it. I think it makes sense because it rewards players that played through, but...
Yeah. I don't mind it. I'm not mad at it.
I want to see what the price is, because if it's like $10, kind of whack. $5.
Like if you could just buy the final event.
Well,
or would
that's
it buy...
the ticket is to buy the final event.
Oh. Yeah, it'll probably be like. My guess will be like 8.
Like the other events.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gets you access to the new forms.
It makes me mad, but then I'm mad at the sense of like, man, I could have just paid for it. But the events had so many good perks, like it would have been stupid not to have done them. Personally.
Fair enough.
Because again, you got 4 legendaries if you did all 4 with unique movesets. Plus, you got all the Pokemon and all the hunting and all those perks during it. To me, it's like if you didn't take advantage of it, even just like 2 days out of that week for each, damn, that sucks for you. Like, because I was able to get a lot more Stardust and get a lot more catches, and I was able to do a lot more trades. So it was worth it. So, interesting.
Oh, okay.
What?
So, if you unlocked it, like through playing through the other 4 timed research ones, you can actually still buy a ticket if you really want to, which basically increases your payout. So, like, if you buy the ticket and you'd already unlocked it, now each time you've earned a reward encounter with a Pokemon, you will get 10 candies for that specific Pokemon, and you'll earn Stardust instead of Professor Willow's glasses. Because if you buy the ticket, or if you just play through it normally, then you get the Professor Willow's glasses, you get the Pokemon but not a bunch of candies, you get rare candies, and then you get access to, like I said, Genesect and stuff like that. But in this case, if you buy the ticket, you get a bunch of Stardust, you get 10 candies for each specific Pokemon, and other stuff. So
I just wonder if it's just a one-time purchase.
Yeah, it'll be a ticket.
Yeah.
All trainers can still enjoy an event taking place during the same time, in which Galarian Stunfisk will be appearing in the wild. You can hatch Galarian Meowth, Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Darumaka, and Galarian Stunfisk in 7Ks.
And they all have shiny forms, don't they?
The shiny forms are in the game as far as I know, but I don't know if they can be shiny yet.
Okay.
This doesn't confirm that, unless I scroll down, maybe.
Scary.
Plus, try evolving Galarian Meowth, Galarian Zigzagoon, and Galarian Darumaka, I guess, because they have special evolutions.
What?
That's all it says. Try evolving Galarian Meowth, Galarian Zigzagoon. Because, remember, Galarian Zigzagoon, as opposed to regular Zigzagoon...
He's a big boy.
...turns into...
Galarian Meowth turns into...
This Berserker.
Oh, he has his helmet.
It's not... Yeah, it's Berserker.
Yeah, okay.
And then Galarian Darumaka turns into the weird...
Abominable Steel, dude. Intriguing.
Apparently there's another blog post on it that you have to click through. Wow, this is really disorganized. Okay, the Solstice-themed event and Bug-Out event return to Pokemon Go. So if you remember that from last year, Solstice-themed event runs from Friday, June 19th to Wednesday, June 24th, so that'll be a 5-day event. The Bug-Out event will then resume after that, June 26th until July 1st. They'll share more details when we get closer. Then we have upcoming Pokemon Spotlight Hours. Tuesday, June 2nd, there will be no Pokemon Spotlight. Well, you lied to me, asshole. Tuesday, June 9th, Patrat will be in the Spotlight, twice the XP for evolving Pokemon. Week after that, Numel will be in the Spotlight. You'll get twice the Stardust for catching Pokemon for that hour. Tuesday after that, Clefairy will be in the Spotlight. You'll earn twice the XP for catching Pokemon, and if you're lucky, you might encounter Shiny Clefairy.
So is Numel going to have a shiny then?
It doesn't say that, but we could.
I would think it would if he's a Spotlight out.
Well, they only specifically call out Clefairy.
Well, because that's a unique thing to have a second form have it.
True. But I'm just saying they only specifically call it. And then the week after that, it's Cricketop. Like Tater Tot, but Cricketop. Will be in the Spotlight. You'll earn twice the candy for catching Pokemon. So, kind of like we were saying, they also say it, so stop copying us, Niantic. Please be aware of your surroundings and follow guidelines for local health authorities while playing Pokemon Go.
Yep.
Remember, all upcoming events are subject to change, because the world might explode. Be sure to follow us on social media. You don't have to do that, but you can follow after 8 hours.
Yeah, do that. That's fine.
Anyway, sorry for the rant, but not rant, but that's all that's coming in June, at least as far as we know, until special things come up and we get more details about other things. So that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a good amount, and that's why I'm just kind of like, shit. I just don't want it to be like April was, where every weekend had something, and you're just like, I gotta spend so much time on this.
But remember, all the events that were going to happen before they announced the stay-at-home stuff.
Well, yeah, like there's still Aeroblast Lugia that's still kind of in wait.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there was so many events. Like, I don't think I was ready for all of that.
That's why
to happen.
That was the only positive thing I saw about the pandemic breakout at that point in time in history when it came to Pokemon Go, is that we were like alleviated of all those events. Because again, the throwback was good. I like week-long things. It gets you active, and it's not as stressful as it being just a 2-day thing or a 1-day thing. And even the GoFest, again, with Seedot, it was just like Abra. So it was, instead of it being 3 hours, it was 6 hours. Still doesn't make sense why they call it Community Day when it's not a full day. But that makes it feel more like a day, because you could go to work, get off, go catch your Pokemon, and still be good. And again, that's where I hope they continue that. Like, I would love to have it to where, like, we can do our Community Day stuff. Like, I think back to, like, having our table and being able to sit out there for 3 hours and be like, okay, we're going to wrap up. We're going to be here for the first half, and then the second half we're going to go play.
Yeah.
That'd be better. So that way we're, like, we don't lose the whole time just sitting at the table. Not to say, like, obviously sitting next to you, Justin, I get plenty of shiny luck and I get my shinies.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I don't get my cardio. So it's like one of those things. Especially when the zombie apocalypse breaks out at near the end of, like, summer. I figured just be prepared, you know. Because we're going to have coronavirus. Then the zombies are going to break out. Then we're going to have aliens. Then we're going to have those 33 unknown species that were found in a cave. They'll break out. They have, like, the mummies that were uncovered. That strange tomb in Egypt that they're trying to then take stuff out of. Like, there's just a lot of things, and I feel the Pandora's box that is 2020 that I hope people just leave alone. There's a lot. Like, I don't know how each time I'm on social media, like, they just discovered this, or we just like, please stop. Like, 2020 has been a shit show.
Okay,
like,
yeah, there's a parallel universe. Oh, speaking of that, real quick, before we sign off, they're doing a vote for the next Community Day.
Yeah, I think
if you don't vote for Weedle.
No, it's already decided. It's Weedle and Ghastly.
Wait, when did they do that?
It ended, like, several days ago.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My one problem with that is that it required you to be on Twitter. And I didn't like that. They didn't have the events, and I guess one of the complaints with the past Community Day, so when it was vote for Rhyhorn, Vulpix and all that.
Yeah.
Machop and...
whatever.
Was it Dratini?
Yeah.
That people felt like the researches weren't as widely distributed.
Yeah.
So they weren't able to cast their votes the way they wanted to. So instead, they decided to just leave the entire Pokemon Go platform and do it via Twitter.
Okay.
Which would then require you to make a Twitter account just to cast your vote
to
it. I don't see the benefit of that, personally, because I don't like... It's just like work. If I have to have another sign into something else in order to do a job function, like, it just kind of breaks me inside.
Fair.
So people who didn't have Twitter weren't able to cast their vote. So me playing, I just kept playing the game as usual, because again, they weren't really vocal about how to cast your vote. It just said you'll be able to vote.
Okay.
But if you read some of the blogs, and they're like, oh no, you have to go onto Twitter, you have to go to the Pokemon Go Twitter page, whatever it's called, and cast your vote that way. But they took their top two, so for June, it's going to be Weedle.
And Ghastly.
And then July is going to be Ghastly.
Oh, okay.
So you're able to vote for the top two, which is, again, is something that we mentioned where other, like in the previous voting round
Yeah.
of like at some point they'll pick them and they'll be able to choose. We were spot on.
Yeah.
Because now they pick the top 2 out of 4 and then they just give them. So Weedle will be ours in this coming month. I'm not sure exactly what move he has, and then I think Shiny Gengar will get like Shadow Punch.
Okay.
So that's gonna be how that turns out.
So Murder Hornets and Creepy Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Again, I think the Creepy Ghost is gonna be a foreshadowing of events to come. I don't know what events,
spooky.
but something might happen.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll leave that up to you guys to solve.
So,
Right on. Anything else?
no, stay safe.
Yep.
Make smart choices.
Yep.
Wear a mask if you're out and about. Please just be
Please do.
smart. Masks aren't hard to wear, or at least a bandana, something easy.
Something to cover your face.
Oh, and just again, some thoughts like takeaways when I go out. If you wear a bandana, be smart about your area. Like I wear very bright bandanas that are very easy to spot. So I have American bandanas. Like
Okay.
if I'm out walking in the mornings, because again it's hot. It's getting hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't overexert yourself. If you're wearing masks, please stay hydrated.
Yep.
There's a lot of animals out now because with a lot of people being shut in, animals are slowly reclaiming the earth,
Yep.
which is great. But
Be
at the
careful,
same
mountain lions
time,
and bears.
yes. So if you're in mountain areas or just plains, watch out for bigger critters because they're going to be out and about. Snakes are out and about.
Snakes.
Mosquitoes, if you're out late,
Mosquitoes.
have your protections. And again, just be smart about your surroundings. If you're in city areas, be mindful. There might be protests. There might be other things. So just plan your routes wisely. Yeah, just be smart overall. This is a time to be very careful.
Hell yeah. Be safe out there, guys. Love each other.
All right, bye.